Reed City Coyote football on WBRN 1460 AM and 107.7 FM is coming to you live from the Bader & Sons Sports Studios. Bader & Sons Company at greentractors.com. Outstanding in their field. Proud community supporters of Warrior football include Johnson's Automotive Repair, serving the community with honesty and integrity. Sonny's Bar in downtown Reed City. Michigan Primary Care Partners, accepting same-day appointments. Reed City Feed and Supply. Paris Auto Sales and Service. Guaranteed financing for all. Big Rapids Daily News. Free local news that actually matters. Follow Big Rapids Daily News on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Now, let's head to the Bader & Sons Sports Studios for Coyote football.
So the Coyotes are huddled up out by the 20-yard line. Looks like they're getting ready to head over to the sideline. Yep, here they come. They've taken the field. They run through a tunnel created by the band, and we are getting ready for kickoff here from Reed City. Looks like Grant's kick return team is taking the field. They will be going right to left across your radio dial, and the Coyotes will kick it away. Grant in the white jerseys, black helmets, black pants. Reed City in all black tonight. Black jerseys, black pants, and the traditional winged helmet. Red numbers on those black jerseys for the Coyotes. Well, the band's clearing the field. Coyotes huddling up for some last words from Coach Scott Schenkel. And here we go. The Coyote kickoff team taking the field to kick off game number 6 in this shortened season. It's the regular season finale from Reed City High School, and we've got it for you right here. And Jordan Lofquist, the senior, number 21, will kick it away. Coyotes going from left to right. He tees it up. Coyotes break the huddle, and we are about ready to get underway.
3 for sure.
There's the whistle. Lofquist with his hand in the air. Runs up, and there's the kick. We're underway. It's got some spin, and it's taken at the 30-yard line on the far side, and now the return man's just got a fall on it. That's number 2. Brady Jacobs for the Tigers, and now here comes that Grant offense. That really burst onto the scene last week against Central Montcalm. 22nd quarter points and a rout of the Hornets. And the quarterback is Brendan Keelan, number 9. He's in the shotgun. Tries the hard count, now turns to the sideline. One more look back to his coach on the sideline. Here's the snap. Quickly throwing screen pass. It's caught, but no, it's not caught. Incomplete. Broken up by Tomaski. Just a quick little screen pass intended for Brett Long. And it's broken up by Tomaski, who missed last week's game, but he's back in tonight. And he's looking to make a difference. And one play in, he's already doing so. Keelan now looking to the sideline. One receiver wide on each side. Brady Jacobs in the slot, and then a tight end tight to the left. Now they're going to motion Jacobs across the formation. Snap to Keelan. Turns, gives it away up the middle. Not much for the running back. That's Trevor Lowry, number 5, on the carry for Grant. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 6. Reed City going with that traditional 5-man defensive front. Keelan out of the gun. Lowry to his right. Snap. No, it's a fake, and he ran right into a Reed City defender. Keelan runs right into a Coyote defender. And Chaz Davis was that defender. He blows up the play. It's a loss of a yard, and now Grant's got to bring the punt team out on 4th down at 7. From their own 32, Reed City sends Tomaski back deep. He's been really good this year on special teams. He's got a punt return touchdown and a kick return touchdown. Here's the snap. Grant's punter punts it away. It's a good punt. Got some air time. Tomaski's going to let it bounce in front of him, and then it's going to take a Grant bounce past the 35 and to the 30, we'll call it the 33-yard line. 1st down, Reed City from there. And let's take a look at who the quarterback's going to be. It's going to be number 1, Isaac Williams, getting the start tonight. Gets the play from the offensive coordinator, Chad Samuels. And heads into that Reed City huddle. Again, the Coyotes do their business on the opening drive last week against Fremont, pounding it right down the field and cultivated in a Noah Jones rushing touchdown. Let's see if they can work that same magic on the opening possession tonight. They start in that traditional wing T formation. Seth Jackson wide to the near side. Williams under center. Snap, he'll turn and give it to Tomaski running to the near side. And not much there for him. Grant does a nice job of getting to the ball carrier. There is a flag down. Let's see what the penalty is. That Reed City sweep play that they will love to run. They open the game with that. Not much doing. Let's see what the flag is. It's going to be a hold against the Coyotes. That'll move him back 10. 10:30 to go, first quarter, no score. Reed City opening possession after holding Grant to that 3-and-out. Williams trots into the huddle. Now Jackson goes wide to the far side, the wide side of the field. Williams under center takes the snap, gives up the middle. Some running room for Peyton Hansen. Runs through one defender. And then gets taken down at about the 30-yard line. Short gain of about 7 yards. 2nd down, we'll call it 12. Give him 8 yards on the carry.
You okay there, Coach? Is it warm up in here for you, bro? I'm busy typing up. Okay. All right, I'm just making sure I don't want you to get cold, man.
And Williams jogs in with the play. 2nd down, 12, Reed City. On their own 31-yard line. Jackson comes wide to the near side. He's singled up. T formation, Reed City. Williams takes the snap. Will give it to Noah Jones. The speedster, not much running room there. Going off tackle. Back to the original line of scrimmage. And it'll be 3rd down for Reed City and about 10 yards to go. Early 3rd down for Reed City. Let's see what they can come up with and try to get out of this situation. Backed up on their own 34-yard line. Jackson wide to the right. He's singled up. Grant loads that box. Williams takes the snap. It's a counter. Tomaski running right into a defender, and Grant played it perfectly. Another flag in the backfield. But 3 Grant defenders right there to stop the counter play. Colin Millett and Elliott Butchart in there on the stop for the Tigers. Let's see. Oh, it's going to be a false start against the Coyotes. Penalty's been declined. That's going to bring up 4th down at 10. And let's see what Reed City decides to do. Yep, they're going to send the punt team out there, and Blake Daggy will come out there to kick it away. Xavier Allen, the backup quarterback's the long snapper. And Grant sends Brady Jacobs back deep to try and take this punt. He's standing on his own 34. Short snap, it's a fake. Williams has Tomaski wide open, and he overthrew him. Oh, Tomaski was wide open on the near sideline, and Williams just overthrew him. And now Grant's going to have wonderful starting field position. I don't know if Isaac Williams ever thrown to a wide receiver that's been that wide open. And instead, it's Grant football, 1st down at 10. What a call by Scott Schenkel there. The gunner on the punt team wide open. Just missed him. And it's first down. Grant, shotgun formation. Brendan Keelan is the quarterback. Here's the snap. It's a fake handoff. Throwing screen. And nearly picked off. Isaac Williams doing a nice job in coverage out there. And it's second down. Grant clearly trying to work the edges of that Reed City defense here early on. Second down, 10. Grant on the Reed City 34 after the incompletion on the fake punt. Motions the tight end across formation, and now we're going to whistle, and we're going to get a timeout, Grant. So we'll send it back to the station for a 30-second break. When we come back, we'll have more Reed City football action. You're listening to 107.7 WBRN. Back to Reed City High School. Christian Boer bringing you the action. It's Reed City versus Grant, and it's 0-0. 8:46 to go. First quarter. Grant's got it 2nd and 10 from the Reed City 34. Shotgun for Keelan. Snap. Gives it away. It's a handoff. Coming to the near side is the running back, and he's past the 30, down near the 25. That's 26 on the carry. That's Orion Evans. And it'll be third down and about 2 yards to go from the 25-yard line. Quickly to the line go the Tigers. It's Keelan out of the shotgun. Calls for it, hard count, nearly got the Coyotes to bite, didn't work. Now he turns to the sidelines for the play call. Still calling for the hard count, still nobody moves. Now they motion a man across the formation. There's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Keelan coming to the near side. Makes a move. Runs into a pack of Coyotes, but he's going to have the first down. He's out onto the 20-yard line. Joe Schuh and Teddy Cross in there. Part of that group on the stop, but it's too little too late. First down, Grant at the 20-yard line. They line it up on the near hash. And quickly to the line go the Tigers. Looking to that sideline for the play. They go 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And they line up the tight end, 44, Elliott Butchert, in there behind the tackle. Now the snap, give up the middle. That's Evans. Nothing doing there. Chaz Davis there to make the stop. He's been so good for that Coyote defensive front this year. No different there. Makes the play out there playing defensive end. And Reed City, in their defensive ends, Chaz Davis and Joe Schuhen, 2 of the best athletes in this conference, and they're playing the defensive line. Just guys that you expect to get the best out of them every night, and so far so good from the Coyotes again tonight. Second down, 10. Keelan out of that shotgun formation. They move the tight end over to the right side. They go 2 receivers now to the left. Send a man in motion. Now the snap and the fakes the handoff. Keelan running straight up the middle, makes a move on a guy. Got one guy to beat, and Tomaski's going to drag him down at around the 3-yard line. And Keelan's got his offense in a 1st and goal situation. Grant already lined up, ready to go. Reed City still got defensive linemen walking to the line of scrimmage. Now they get set. 1st and goal. Grant motions the man across the formation. Now snap. Keelan keeps it himself. Runs into a defender. Let's see. They're going to mark him short. Be second down and goal. From the 1-yard line. Grant looks to the sideline for the play call. Keelan. Motions his tight end across, now back across. Here's the snap. Keelan going to just run to the left side and walk into the end zone. That's a touchdown for Grant. And the Tigers strike first. 6:39 to go, opening quarter. 6-0 Grant on the 1-yard touchdown run for Brendan Keelan. Tigers take advantage of the short field. Looks like Grant's going to send the extra point unit out. And Gonzalo Magana is the kicker. Snap, hold is down, kick is up, and it is through. Extra point is good, and Grant takes a 7-0 lead with 6:39 to go in the first quarter. Coyotes playing from behind for the first time since that Central Montcalm game when the Hornets busted the long 70-yard touchdown pass on that 3rd and long. They send the kick return unit out, and how will they respond?
He scored his first touchdown last night. Wow. Cody looks like he's a midget.
He's a 4th grader.
Here comes the Grant kickoff team. Reed City sends 3 guys back deep. They've got Tomaski, Seth Jackson, and Noah Jones. And Magana will kick it. He'll line him up on the near hash. This is an interesting placement for this kickoff. Usually you see a lot of teams line it up right down the middle. Magana decides to park it here on the near hash, just inside the numbers, the 40-yard line.
They're probably going to put it at the first line.
Here comes the kick, the run up, and he boots it away. It's a short one. It's caught by Jackson at the 25. Out to the 30, 35. Tries to make a move, and he's going to go down right there at the 36-yard line, maybe the 37. And that's where Reed City will take over. Looks like Xavier Allen's going to take this possession. Yep, he is the one to lead the team out there. It was tough running for the Coyotes on that opening drive, and then they had that fake punt set up. Just missed the wide open receiver. Now here we go. Coyotes drive number 2. It's Seth Jackson lined up to the near side with Allen under center. He's got the snap and gives it. No, yes, he does. Gives it off to Maskey. Past the 40 to the 42. Colin Millette on the stop for the Tigers. Good gain there on first down for Tomaski. Gets 6. It's 2nd down and 4. Seth Jackson gets sent out to the far side to line up out wide. Grant puts 9 guys, maybe 10 guys in the box. Here's the snap.
7.
Give is to Jones, and he's not going anywhere. Try to run him off tackle. And you stack that box like Grant does. It's going to be tough sailing. 3rd down and 3. Reed City operating from left to right. Now they send Jackson to the near side, and don't be surprised if the Coyotes try to test that one-on-one matchup out there. Jackson matched up against Brady Jacobs. Allen fakes the handoff, going to try and keep it himself, and he gets thrown down for a loss. Trent Patton blew it up. Regardless of where Allen went with that ball, whether he decided to give it or take it himself, Patton had the play blown up. And now Reed City's going to have to send the punting unit out. 4th down and 10. And now Grant sends a defender out to cover the Gunners. Daggy calls for the snap. It's a short one. He fumbled it. Now he's got to run with it and make something happen. He's wrapped up and he's not going to get away. More special team struggles for the Coyotes early on in this one. And Grant's going to get another short field. They'll take over this time inside the 30, and that offense is already out there on the field. Well, here's Keelan out of that shotgun formation. He's going to keep it himself. And he runs right into that Reed City front 5. Good job defensively by the Coyotes. That's Caden Burgess who blew that one up. Another guy that's just been really solid on that Reed City defensive front. Well, early on, it's been a lot of quarterback power and throwing to the outside screen passes for this Grant offense, and so far, so good. Tigers lead at 7-0, coming up on 4 minutes to play first quarter. Keelan calling signals from the shotgun. Trevor Lowry's the running back. He gets the handoff, a little bit of room, makes a man miss, and then gets spun around and tackled down just short of the 20-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and short, third and about 5 for the Tigers. Reed City in a 5-2 defense. 5 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, and then the 4 guys in the secondary. Look like they might be manned up out there. Snap to Keelan. Going to keep it himself, running to the right, and good job by that Reed City defense to make the stop there. Short gain for Keelan. Going to be just short of the 20. It's going to bring up fourth down, and it's obviously 4-down territory for the Tigers, leading 7-0 and looking for more. Big play early on for Reed City's defense. They line up 3 guys to the right, just the tight end to the left. Here's Keelan out of the shotgun. Calls for it, hard count. Nobody moves. Third time already Grant's tried that hard count. Keelan gets the play from the sidelines. Still waiting on it. Now here's the snap. Keelan looking to his right, throws down the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. No flags, and this will be a turnover on downs and a big stop for Reed City early on.
Reed City would take over on downs, first down 10 from their own 22.
That's probably a pretty good play choice because
Grant sent 3 guys down the middle of the field just running seam routes, and Keelan missed his mark. Reed City takes over first down, and Isaac Williams is back in at quarterback. First and 10, Reed City from just past their own 20-yard line. 2:41 to go opening quarter. Reed City starts 2 backs this time, and Noah Jones is a wing out past the tight end. Here's the snap. Give goes up the middle. Hansen runs through a defender. Nice physical run on first down for Peyton Hansen. Tackled at about the 28-yard line. Good start to the drive for Reed City. Some positive yards on first down. 7-yard gain on first down. Grant loading that box defensively. Don't be surprised to maybe see the Coyotes take a shot here. Second down and short. Williams is the quarterback. Jackson, the receiver. And the Coyotes go back to the wing T formation. 3 backs in the backfield. Under center. Williams fakes the handoff. He is going to throw it. He's going to go deep down the field. Short-armed it. Did Jackson come up with it? No. Williams left it short. And it's incomplete. Third down. That's a prime passing situation right there. Second down and short. Why not? Against that loaded box. And when you're moving around like Williams was, it's tough to set your feet, especially with as wet as this grass has been. We've had pretty consistent rain all day. Third down and 3 now for Reed City on their own 27-yard line. Jackson wide to the right. 3 backs in the backfield. It's Tomaski, Hansen, and Jones. Williams gives it to Tomaski. He runs the sweep. Coming to the near side. He's got the first down. That'll move the chains. First down, Reed City out near the 35. Call it the 34-yard line. Under 2 minutes to go. First quarter. Grant leading Reed City 7-0. Now Williams goes under center. Takes the snap. Gives to Tomaski. Looking for some room to run. Spins around. And then gets taken down just past the 35. On the near side, they line it up on the near hash. Reed City second down 8. Jackson lines up near side.
If we can get it to like 3rd and 1, then we could.
Joe Schuen's the tight end to the far side. Under center is Williams. Takes the snap, gives up the middle. Not much running room for Peyton Hansen. And just like that, Reed City into another 3rd down situation. Final 30 seconds of the first. Williams trotting to the huddle. Let's see if they run one more play before the end of the first. Receiver to the near side. They will line it up. They'll run one more play. Williams is under center. Here's the snap. It's a counter. Noah Jones. And he goes down. Oh, Williams still had it. Pardon me. Isaac Williams kept it and went down in the backfield. A loss on 3rd down, and that's going to set Reed City up with a 4th down and about 9 to go when we come back. We're going to send it back to the studio. 30-second break at the end of the first quarter. It's Grant 7 and Reed City 0.
At Reed City Feed, you get what you pay for. They're farmers too, ready to help you get the most out of your livestock feed. Only using fresh commodities produced by local, hardworking farmers and all natural feed concentrate ingredients. No harsh, less expensive product fillers. With Reed City Feed, you'll notice a difference in your livestock when your animals receive the right nutrition. The difference is value. The difference is community. The difference is Reed City Feed. Open Monday through Fridays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to noon.
Start of the second quarter, and Reed City's going to bring the punt unit out. Xavier Allen, the long snapper. Blake Daggy, the punter.
Let's see if we can get a punt on.
Last time there was the bad snap. The time before, the failed fake punt. Now here's the snap. Daggy bobbles it a little bit, but gets it away, and it's a decent punt. Going to bounce past the 40 and take a good Reed City bounce down to the 31-yard line. And that's where Grant will take over to start their first drive of the second quarter. Just a reminder, this game is sponsored by Reed City Feed and Supply. Check out reedcityfeeds.com or the Reed City Feed and Supply Facebook page. Open Monday through Fridays 8 till 5 and on Saturdays until noon. Located on North Chestnut in downtown Reed City. Grant will start in the shotgun. Keelan gets the snap on first down, gives the handoff. Running to the near side is the running back. Makes one man miss. Now he's got some room to run. 40, 45, and down. Let's see where they spot him. That's Orion Evans again. And they're going to have him out of bounds past the Reed City 50 and now into Coyote territory at the 47-yard line.
We look like Michigan under Harbaugh. Underachievers.
Grant first down, Reed City, 47.
Out of the gun is Grant, first down at 10. And it's a keeper. And Keelan goes down. No gain there. Might have lost a yard. Second down for Grant. Again, 7-0 Grant over Reed City. Just started the second quarter. A 1-yard touchdown run by Grant quarterback Brendan Keelan. The difference in this one, Reed City's had some trouble on special teams. First, the failed fake punt. Isaac Williams, the outback / quarterback there, took the snap, threw it, just missed Landon Tomaski, and then on the second punt attempt, Blake Daggy fumbled the snap and went down for a loss. Anyway, second down at 10. Give up the middle, it's Evans again. Tries to get through, running hard. Gets past the original line, and it's going to be 3rd down and 9 for the Tigers.
Gain of 1, 3rd down, 9.
Third down and 9. Looking to the sideline for the play is Keelan. Now turning and calling signals. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Keelan, snap back to throw. Throwing short, and it is near. Did Williams come up with it? Let's see. There was a fight for the ball between Williams and the receiver, and it's picked off by Isaac Williams. Big play there from Isaac Williams. The pass was initially caught. by Brady Jacobs, and Isaac Williams wrestled it right away, and it's first down, Reed City.
That's a good break. We need to score. Now we need to take it down. Into the win now.
Now Xavier Allen will come into the game at quarterback, but Williams with a phenomenal play on defense, and for a Reed City team that needed some momentum, that might be the shot they needed. Now Allen under center. Snap, gives it up to the running back. Short gain. Now a late flag flies in. Peyton Hansen was the ball carrier. Let's see what the flag is. It comes in the secondary.
Penalty flag down at the 47. I got a big face mask on that. Yep.
Face mask, yeah.
And it is a face mask against that Grant defense.
Face mask penalty will be assessed against Grant. And now we're on their side field for the first time.
Just the 5-yard variety.
So there isn't any.
Do they move the chains? No. Oh, now they are going to move. Second down.
5-yard penalty.
It's first and 1.
Reed City
Oh, they're going to. So it's going to be a first down. Second down. No, it is going to be second down. A little late to change the dial over there on the far side.
Our lights stop for a minute. I can't change it that fast. Just fill it.
All right, Reed City comes out in the T. Wide receiver way out wide to the right, out by the numbers. Allen's the quarterback. Hard count, and they got him. Well, now another penalty will move Reed City past midfield, and now a good start to the drive for Xavier Allen and company.
It looks so light.
The offside penalty will give the Coyotes an extra 5 and put them at the 46-yard line, maybe the 47.
Well, Dad, we better hunt in the morning.
And now both teams are going to... It's going to be a timeout, Grant, and we'll take a 30-second break. When we come back, more Reed City football action. 7-0 Grant. You're listening to 107.7 WBRN.
Your car's transmission. It can be your best friend or your worst nightmare. One day you're cruising along without a care in the world. The next day your car is about as mobile as a big ol' hog on a hot summer day. Thankfully, the Napa certified techs at Paris Auto Sales and Service of Big Rapids specialize in fixing and rebuilding transmissions. They'll make sure your car runs so smooth you'd think it was a pickup line from Patrick Swayze. Paris Auto Sales and Service of Big Rapids, Northland Drive, just north of the airport. Schedule your appointment online at parisautosales.br.net.
Well, the rain has started to fall, and you got to think that favors the team that likes to run the ball, and that's exactly what Reed City's going to do. You know that. They've got a first down and 10 on the Grant side of the field, the 47-yard line, trailing 7-0. Some special team struggles early have kind of doomed the Coyotes, but now looking to flip the script. Xavier Allen's the quarterback. He goes under center. Here's the snap, and the give goes to the near side. Was that Peyton Hansen on the carry?
Peyton Hansen, the ball carrier.
Gain of about a yard. That'll make it 2nd and 9.
Tackle by number 79, Ty Corson.
He's got dirt up by his number. They need to fix that up. Let's see.
Gain of 1 second down, 9. You're not going to run against 11 men up front.
No.
Yeah, some serious rain starting to fall here at Reed City. Grant loading that box defensively.
We need to run a sweep here.
Under center is Allen. Gives it off. Hansen's running to the near side. He's got some blockers. Makes a man miss. Gets the first down. And goes down inside the 35-yard line. Move the chains. A nice run from Hansen, the senior. One of 9 seniors to be honored in a pregame senior night ceremony. First down for the Coyotes, but Grant loading that box defensively. Running up the middle is going to be tough for Reed City here, at least early on. They've got one deep safety to the Tigers, and then one guy out on Seth Jackson, and the other 9 are loaded up.
Oh, really? The 3 sides of her version, the industry's version.
Allen's under center. Hard count. Got him to bite again. Xavier Allen's 2 for 2 on that hard count on this drive. He gets the Coyotes another extra 5. That'll move him inside the 30-yard line.
Penalty on the play. 5-yard offside penalty.
It's the third penalty on the Tigers defensively just on this drive.
First down 5.
It's probably also heavier than it looks.
First down and 5 for Reed City from the 28-yard line. Tomaski, Wergo, and Hanson, the 3 running backs. Under center is Allen. He takes the snap and gives up the middle to Alex Wergo. Wergo, not much there.
Alex Wergo, the ball carrier.
23.
Tackled by number 20.
Wergo brought down by Isaiah Powell. Second down 4.
Reed City, second down 4.
Coming up on 8 minutes to play in the half. Reed City trailing Grant 7-0, but they're moving the ball. They're getting close to the red zone. And Grant has that 5-man defensive front. They walk up all 3 of the linebackers. And now it looks like Seth Jackson's going to have to come off here.
Blood on his knee, big disgrace.
And now Wergo's coming off too. So Jones and Grant Rohde check into the game for the Coyotes.
We got 2 guys that are really fast.
Noah.
Pitch him the ball, damn
I
it.
was just going to say, send Noah Jones over to the corner.
They send Rohde out wide to the right.
Turns out to 15.
Allen under center.
7, 6, 15, 7.
Take the snap. And the give is to Jones, and he's run to the near side, and he makes a cutback to the open field. He's got 1 man to beat, slips off a tackle. He's at the 10, he's at the 5. It's a race to the pylon, and he goes down
Noah Jones, the ball carrier. 20.
at about the 4-yard line. But what vision by Noah Jones on that run. He's coming to the near side on a sweep. He sees the cutback lane, takes it, and gets down inside the 5-yard line. That's a nice run for Reed City, and they've got a first down and goal.
Ball was at the 4-yard line.
We needed that.
Yes, we did.
Xavier Allen trots into that huddle. It's first down and goal, Reed City. 7.5 minutes to play. Reed City looking to get on the board.
This side becoming a long.
Tomaski, Hanson, and Jones are the 3 running backs. Grant Rohde's the wide receiver. Grant loads the box. Under center, Allen up the middle, gives it off. That's Hanson. Did he get into the end zone? Hands go up. Can't tell if they belong to the official or to the Coyotes. No signal yet.
23 on the tackle.
They're going to mark him short. Second down.
Tackle on the last play by Isaiah Powell.
For the half.
Seth Jackson back into the game.
Reed City first and goal. The ball is at the 1.
Safe.
Ish, kind of.
I was going to say like a baseball guy first.
6:45 and counting. Reed City looking to get on the board.
I think I might. Yes.
Jackson out wide to the near side. Xavier Allen, the quarterback. Same 3 running backs.
We got 3 shots at it.
Tomaski under center, or sorry, that's Allen under center. He gives the ball to Jones, and Jones is into the end zone.
Number 7, Noah.
That's a touchdown, Reed City. Noah Jones from 1 yard out.
Touchdown run by number 7, Noah Jones.
I wonder what they'll do here. Will they kick a field goal or will they go for
And you know the Coyotes are going to go for 2 here and try to take the lead. Allen trots into the huddle with the play. Reed City looking to take the lead here with a 2-point conversion.
You can do it in the XFL.
I know you could still do it, period.
I bet
Just
you,
nobody's
a
done
lot
it.
of kids nowadays, J-Dub, don't even know what that is.
Allen under center. Fakes the handoff, throwing, and it is caught. That's Tomaski, and the 2-point conversion is good. And Reed City, with 6:19 to play in the half, they take an 8-7 lead over the Grant Tigers. Just a methodical drive right down the field goal. The Coyotes, they get some help from Grant's defensive penalties, but at the end of the day, Noah Jones with the big run to set up his own touchdown. It was a 1-yarder. And now the Coyotes will kick it away. Grant will have probably their worst starting field position on this drive simply because each of their last 2 drives have started well within Coyote territory. Lofquist tees it up, talks to his huddle. Grant sends one guy back. That's number 5, Trevor Lowry. Nope, now here comes another deep man.
He's tall.
Lofquist to kick it away. Short kick, it'll bounce at around the 35, and it's taken at the 30. That's Jacobs for Grant. He's coming to the far side now, and he's got some room to run past midfield and down to the 45 of Reed City. So a good return for the Tigers, and now they'll set up shop yet again in Coyote territory. And that Grant offense quickly to the line. They don't huddle. They sprint to the line, so a lot of tempo early on from the Tigers. And Brendan Keelan is the quarterback. Shotgun snap. Gives the handoff to the near side. Nothing doing there. Reed City's defensive front all over Trevor Lowry. Second down and 10. No gain there.
No gain, second down, 10.
Now looking to the sideline. Tigers offense. They get all their plays called from the line of scrimmage. Motions the tight end across formation. Now here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. Killian running. And again, no gain. That defensive front from the Reed City Coyotes. Doing a good job against that power run between the tackles. Let's see now. 3rd down and 11. 5:13 and counting left in the first half, and Reed City holding a 1-point advantage. Two tight ends to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Now they motion one across the formation. Snap, Keelan back to throw. Throwing to his left, he's got a man wide open, and he threw it short. Wanted his tight end, Elliott Butchert. And he missed him short, so it'll be 4th and 11 from the Reed City 46, and it looks like a line change coming to signal the punt unit for Grant. Coyotes sent Tomaski back deep. Quarterback Keelan will be the punter. Tomaski standing at his 10-yard line. Snap, kick is away. It's got some air time. Tomaski settling under it, going to let it bounce in front of him. Now he takes it and dives forward to the 15-yard line. So Reed City gets the football on their own 15-yard line, 4:40 to play. And Isaac Williams is the quarterback for this possession for the Coyotes. Looks like they're going back and forth. Another reminder, this game brought to you by Paris Auto Sales and Service. Make sure your vehicle is ready for winter. Get a tune-up today. Northland Drive, just north of the airport, Big Rapids, and also by Bader & Sons Company at greentractors.com. Outstanding in their field with sales of new and used John Deere farm and lawn equipment, parts, certified service technicians, plus brands like Steel and Ariens. Williams under center. Snap. It's a sweep coming to the near side. Now Jones cuts back, spins. Flag coming in on the near the Coyote sideline. Let's see what the penalty is. And it'll be a hold against Reed City. Should be half the distance to the goal. Put them right around the 8-yard line. Yeah, it would be right around the 8-yard line.
Reed City first down, 18.
First and 18 for Reed City. How about that on their own 8-yard line? Jackson's lined up out wide to the right, singled up. 2 running backs and a wing. Williams gives it to Tomaski, running to the far side, and he's got some space. Out to near the original line of scrimmage.
Tackled by number 3, Brett Long.
About as good of a play as you can ask for, backed up like the Coyotes were. About an 11-yard gain for Tomaski. Check that.
Second down,
It'll be second down and 8. It's about a 10-yard gain for Tomaski. Under 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go, first half. Reed City leading Grant 8-7. Now we got a whistle. Looks like somebody's trying in with a new football for the Coyotes. Oh, they're gonna put more time on the clock. They're going to tack a few more seconds back onto the clock. 4 minutes, 3 seconds to go first half. Second down and 8 from their own 17. Williams is under center. He'll take the snap. No, he fumbled the snap. Did he get back on it is the question, and somebody did. Reed City's got it back. It'll be third down.
fumble on it play recovered by Reed City.
Now what are we gonna do here?
Third down 9. Reed City on their own. Call it the 15-yard line. Williams gets the play call from offensive coordinator Chad Samuels. And looks like Coach Scott Schenkel wants to talk it over. He's going to take a timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. When we come back, we'll have the last 3 minutes and 16 seconds. It's Reed City 8, Grant 7. We've got a good one so far. You're listening to 107.7 WBRN.
Go the extra mile with Bader & Sons Company and the unstoppable John Deere Gator XUV 835. When other utility vehicles take a rain check, we help you take the wheel and enjoy the thrill of the ride. With factory-installed 3-wide seating, heating, and AC, the XUV 835 is our coolest, most comfortable Gator yet. Isn't it time you took a John Deere Gator for a test drive? To learn more, go to greentractors.com. From Southeast Michigan to the bridge, let the experts at Bader & Sons Company show you why we are outstanding in our field.
Welcome back to Reed City High School. Christian Boer here taking you through the action. 3:16 to go, first half. Reed City leading Grant 8-7, and the Coyotes have a third down and 9 from their own 15-yard line. Seth Jackson lined up wide to the right. 2 running backs in the backfield, now a wing, and a tight end lined up to the left. They give to Noah Jones, and he's got blockers. Makes a cut. Out past the 20. Did he get the first down? He should have it, and he does. Reed City loads up that near side, that left side of their offensive line to the tight end and a wing back. And Jones gets all the space he needs to move the chains for the Coyotes. More importantly, run that clock a little bit, get it under 3 minutes. Coyotes holding on to a 1-point lead, 8-7, late in the first half. Jackson lined up to the near side. That same formation for the Coyotes here. 1 wing, 2 backs. Give goes up the middle. That is Alex Wargo. And we're under 2.5 minutes to go. Again, Grant got the ball first in this one, so Reed City will get it to start the second half. All right, here we go. Second down 10, T formation. Seth Jackson wide to the right. That single coverage out there on him. Loaded box for Grant on defense. Give goes to Tomaski. He's got some running room now. Tomaski, 40, 45 and out of bounds, just short of midfield. And another first down for Reed City. Good run there by Tomaski. Nice to see him get out into some space against that 8-man defensive box for Grant. It's been tough to get the running backs going between the tackles for Reed City, but there Tomaski uses his speed to get outside and get some running room. Under 2 minutes to go, 1:49 to be exact. Reed City leading Grant 8-7. Tomaski's the wing, 2 running backs. And the give goes to Noah Jones, and he's coming to the near side. Makes a move. Now cuts up underneath the defender, past midfield, past the 45, and down about 2 yards short of a first down. They mark him down at the 43-yard line. Clock now under a minute and a half. Tomaski stays at that wing position. 2 running backs in the backfield, Jones and Wargo. Williams fakes the handoff, throws, and it's caught by Tomaski in the open field. We've got 2 flags coming down, and now a third. I would assume they're all for the same call, but it's a first down if the play stands. The Grant defense seems to think it's coming back. Yeah, but it'll be an ineligible man downfield against Reed City. One of the linemen got too far down. So that'll take away the first down. .108 to play first half. Moves the Coyotes back 5 yards. Still second down. But it'll be from the 48-yard line. Williams is under center. T formation. Takes a snap. Gives to Tomaski. Tomaski makes one man miss and then gets wrestled down to the ground. Looked like 54 Trent Patton was in there on the stop. And it'll be third down. We're under a minute in the first half. Reed City leading by a point. Williams and company hustling to the line. It's a wing to the near side, a receiver to the far side. Williams gives it off. It's Jones looking for some room, and down he goes. Neither team taking a timeout. This clock at 20 seconds and counting. It's 4th and 4. Clock at 10. Still nothing. Let's see if they try to call timeout on one more play. Doesn't look like it. Oh, no, they are going to take a timeout. With 1 second to go, and both squads looked like Grant was getting ready to head to the locker room. The chain guys moved. But Reed City takes a timeout, and they will run the last play of the first half. That's a smart move right there. In my opinion, you don't give any time for the Tigers to go down. If the Coyotes don't convert, you don't give Grant any time to run a play. As long as you leave such little time like Reed City is right now, just 1.1 on the scoreboard. Reed City leading 8-7, and they'll get the ball out of the break. All right, here we go. 1.1 remaining in the first half. This will be the last play. And Reed City will go out of the tee. Single coverage on the outside, but a lot of cushion. All it need to be is a quick pass and make a man miss. Instead, they give it off. It's Tomaski, and he's not even going to get the first down. That'll be the last play of the first half. And after a half of play here on Senior Night at Reed City High School, it's Reed City 8 and Grant 7. You've been listening to Reed City Football on News Radio WBRN. We'll have the halftime report when we come back.
Go the extra mile with Bader & Sons Company and the unstoppable John Deere Gator XUV 835. When other utility vehicles take a rain check, we help you take the wheel and enjoy the thrill of the ride. With factory-installed 3-wide seating, heating, and AC, the XUV 835 is our coolest, most comfortable Gator yet. Isn't it time you took a John Deere Gator for a test drive? To learn more, go to greentractors.com. From Southeast Michigan to the bridge, let the experts at Bader & Sons Company show you why we are outstanding in our field.
Your car's transmission. It can be your best friend or your worst nightmare. One day you're cruising along without a care in the world. The next day your car is about as mobile as a big ol' hog on a hot summer day. Thankfully, the Napa certified techs at Paris Auto Sales and Service of Big Rapids specialize in fixing and rebuilding transmissions. They'll make sure your car runs so smooth you'd think it was a pickup line from Patrick Swayze. Paris Auto Sales and Service of Big Rapids, Northland Drive, just north of the airport. Schedule your appointment online at parisautosales.br.net.
Hi, this is Tiffany.
And this is Jesse. We're from Sonny's Bar and Grill.
Visit Sonny's for our Friday night fish fry. North Atlantic cod lightly battered for just $12.95 from 5 till 9.
On Friday nights, after every home football game, Sonny's has half-off appetizers and all domestic beers are just $2.
Come in on Wednesdays and Saturdays for our delicious 12-ounce ribeye steak with 2 sides for $16.95.
Sonny's Bar and Grill, 122 West Upton, downtown Reed City. We support Reed City football. Let's go Coyotes.
They say lightning doesn't strike twice, but they were wrong.
I can't believe my car's struck by lightning twice. Now it doesn't start again.
Thankfully, the Napa certified techs at Johnson's Automotive in Big Rapids can fix electrical systems and starters, so our hero can get back on the road quickly.
Wow, it's almost like a total recall. Thankfully, I don't have to be a running man anymore.
Johnson's Automotive, fixing all foreign and domestic vehicles. Northland Drive, just south of the airport, Big Rapids.
At Reed City Feed, you get what you pay for. They're farmers too, ready to help you get the most out of your livestock feed. Only using fresh commodities produced by local, hardworking farmers and all natural feed concentrate ingredients. No harsh, less expensive product fillers. With Reed City Feed, you'll notice a difference in your livestock when your animals receive the right nutrition. The difference is value. The difference is community. The difference is Reed City Feed. Open Monday through Fridays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to noon.
Welcome back to Reed City High School. We've got a tight one at halftime. Our score, the Reed City Coyotes 8 and the Grant Tigers 7. At this time, I'm joined by JT Scarpelli. JT, a little bit of a defensive slugfest in this first half.
Yeah, a little surprising. You know, I don't get to see the Coyotes play all the time, but, you know, usually whenever I do, they're a little less sloppy than this. They don't really let the elements affect them as much. But with that said, they still got the lead at half. Mm-hmm. I mean, to be able to survive that first quarter and then kind of find themselves in the second quarter, start taking command of the game again. You know, this is a team that, like you've said, I think your comment a couple weeks ago at Central.com that I really liked was their, would you say their 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down, just ground pound, 10 yards in a cloud of dust, you know, and that's all they're about, and that's what they were able to do in the second quarter. So, you know, the Tigers made some mistakes themselves, and were not able to capitalize on. I mean, that second turnover there in the first quarter for Reed City's defense to be able to shut that down. That's the play of the game so far. I mean, that puts the momentum of this game swinging one way completely. Instead, you get a stop, and then their next possession, they throw a pick. Right. You know, and that's kind of the Reed City football that I'm used to seeing. You know, they don't make too many mistakes. They just allow their opponents to make the mistakes.
Absolutely. And, you know, you mentioned that first quarter in the elements. Reed City on their opening drive had a chance at a fake punt that was wide open, and Isaac Williams just misfired. And then on the next possession, the punter, Blake Daggy, fumbles the snap. So 2 turnovers, and the first one results in a Grant touchdown. But like you mentioned, JT, that second one, Reed City's able to slam the door and get the football back. And since then, it's been almost all Coyotes in terms of not just points, obviously, because they have the 8-point, you know, the touchdown, the 1-point advantage, but also in terms of time of possession. They've been able to move the ball pretty well. That last drive kind of stalled out, but, you know, the clock was over anyway. So, you know, in terms of that second quarter, they really owned the second quarter with that time of possession. So, JT, what are some other things that are sticking out to you, you know, as we get ready for the second half?
Well, Grant is, you know, I was actually talking to an old friend of mine, Hunter Thompson. I don't really know how he knows Coach Garrity of the Grant Tigers, but apparently he does. So Hunter teaches and coaches down at Jenison High School, but he helped out at Big Rapids. He's actually he's a McBain kid, former Ferris State Bulldog, offensive lineman for him. But anyway, he was talking about how Garrity is really an underrated coach. Like, not a whole lot of people know who he is, but he's a very smart coach. So, seeing his strategy coming out against the Coyotes here immediately, I mean, what was it? He's not going to let anything happen in the middle. Mm-hmm. He's going to jam up that middle. He's going to force the Coyotes to either go to the air or go to the outside. So they're able to make some adjustments with that. And then I think Coach Schenkel was looking for something up the middle to get jarred loose, because he kept every now and then going back to it. And you got to give him credit. The Tigers didn't give anything up the middle. There's maybe a couple plays where a Coyote was able to break loose. But I mean, that's a game plan right there. That's watching Coach Schenkel's film, and that's formulating a game plan coming in. But in the second quarter, Coyotes made some adjustments.
Yes.
That was like immediate. They made some adjustments. They also made some adjustments on defense, keying in on Keeling. I mean, that kid, he's pretty lethal. I watched him play against the Cardinals, and the Cardinal defense has really done pretty well for Big Rapids, and they were able to shut him down later in that game. But he can be dangerous because he can throw it a little bit, but he mainly is on the ground. As we've seen, he's had a couple plays where when they go to the air, he hits that. I mean, it's a big play, and he just flat out misses. So he's not the most accurate passer yet, but he's pretty lethal, and I think Coach Garrity kind of knows how to use him. Last thing, too, that I noticed from the Tigers, they sped things up.
Yes.
They sped up their tempo significantly in that second quarter, almost like not even calling plays. Like they had the entire drive scripted out, and they just were going right at the Coyotes, not giving them any chance to even take a breath.
Right, and that's the key theme with both of these squads is discipline. Being able to run down that field and have an entire drive basically scripted out, that shows discipline. On the other side, Reed City, you know what you're going to get. There's a reason these guys are in the running for the division championship every year, and it's that discipline. And I think one of the big things on that Reed City touchdown drive was they were able to take advantage of not one, not two, but 3 Grant penalties, including 2 of them just simple offside penalties, giving them extra 5 yards on second and short. So it'll be interesting to see how both teams really fine-tune that. But as far as, I want to go back to what you're talking about and how the Tigers are loading the box. They're bringing sometimes 9 guys in that box and just sending the one corner out wide to cover the receiver just to give that look that somebody's out there, and then obviously the one deep safety. But Reed City was able to do some damage on their cutbacks when they love to run that sweep to the wide side of the field, and Noah Jones especially has done a nice job of hitting that cutback lane. He had the one big run that led to the touchdown. It was about a 20-yard carry on the near side here, and he just hit that cutback lane because, you've got all those defenders coming one way. All it takes is some blocks, and you've got all that space. And Noah Jones was really able to take advantage of that. So, in terms of that defensive look, do you think Grant switches it up at all to start the second half, or do you think they go with that loaded down front? I think they continue to load it up. I think until the Coyotes can really go to the air, force Coach Garrity to unload that box. I mean, why wouldn't you? Right. That's your plan A. You haven't had to go to plan B if you're Coach Garrity yet. But I would have to assume that when he does, that's what he's got to do. He's got to unload that box a little bit. He's going to have to start kind of setting guys, keying in man-to-man on certain Coyotes, especially coming out of that backfield with the wing T. But I mean, it's kind of impressive, really, what Coach Garrity's been able to do to come into this game. And it's kind of cool to see the chess match going on between him and Coach Schenkel. Of course, the danger with that, unloading that box, is going to play right into Coach Schenkel's game plan, because that's where, and it's usually midway through to late in the third quarter, that you just start seeing some of these Coyotes like Tomaski and Jones come out of a pile of people untouched for, 80-yard touchdown run or something like that. And I kind of want to go back to Noah Jones. You don't see that vision that he's displaying in too many high school football players. That run that you're talking about that set up the touchdown, I mean, he was on the near side of the field. He had
all the Tigers pursuing him, and he had the wherewithal not to, everyone kind of gets keyed into the immediate 5 yards around him. He had the wherewithal to open up that vision and see, hey, if I cut back across the field, there's like one guy there. So you don't see that too often. That was very impressive, and I know Tomaski's usually the guy that we hear, on big plays, but that was very impressive by Noah Jones.
Yeah, Noah, it helps to have that, 11-second, 100-yard dash speed that he's got, but still, that vision that you talk about. And another thing is his running style. It's that start and stop. That's, okay, here are my blockers. He knows that he's fast, and he doesn't want to outrun the blockers, so he just kind of starts and stops, and then when he sees the hole, he bursts through it. And so it's been really impressive to watch him throughout this season. And then as far as Tomaski, you know what you're going to get, and I think that if the Coyotes need a big play late in the game, they're going to call the number of old number 6, just because every time they need him. I want to kind of pinpoint the Newaygo game. When Newaygo rallied back to take the lead, and it was a 1-point lead for the Lions, and the very ensuing kickoff, Tomaski takes it back to kind of put a pin in any momentum the Lions have. So Reed City's back on the field. We're going to take a 1-minute break, and when we come back, we'll have the start of the second half here on News Radio WBRN.
At Reed City Feed, you get what you pay for. They're farmers too, ready to help you get the most out of your livestock feed. Only using fresh commodities produced by local, hardworking farmers and all natural feed concentrate ingredients. No harsh, less expensive product fillers. With Reed City Feed, you'll notice a difference in your livestock when your animals receive the right nutrition. The difference is value. The difference is community. The difference is Reed City Feed. Open Monday through Fridays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to noon.
Go the extra mile with Bader & Sons Company and the unstoppable John Deere Gator XUV 835. When other utility vehicles take a rain check, we help you take the wheel and enjoy the thrill of the ride. With factory-installed 3-wide seating, heating, and AC, the XUV 835 is our coolest, most comfortable Gator yet. Isn't it time you took a John Deere Gator for a test drive? To learn more, go to greentractors.com. From Southeast Michigan to the bridge, let the experts at Bader & Sons Company show you why we are outstanding in our field.
And we welcome you back to Reed City High School for the start of the second half. Both teams are on the field warming up. We're just over 2 minutes away from kickoff in the third quarter. Christian Boer alongside me, JT Scarpelli. And JT, what are your keys to the second half for both squads?
Just keep that ground pound going for the Coyotes. You're going to start shaking stuff loose. Work a couple balls maybe in the air or at least to the outside. If Coach Schenkel's not feeling comfortable with the air because of the elements, go to the outside. Just try to spread out this Grant Tiger defense, and that offense is going to start clicking. For the Tigers, I actually think it's going to be to go to the air. I think if they can go to the air, just lost our camera there. If we can go to the air, if they can go to the air, they might be able to do some damage on this Coyote defense. But I didn't see a whole lot of it when they played Big Rapids. They like to stay on the ground. They're most comfortable staying on the ground. But you never know. Coach Garrity's a good coach. Coach Schenkel's a good coach. It'll be interesting. But I think that's probably the key. Go to the air for the Tiger offense and stay the course at this point. If you are the Reed City offense, just keep trying to work to the outside.
Right, and part of that running that wing T formation is patience. You're not going to break an 80-yarder every single play, but don't be surprised come late third, early fourth if somebody's sprinting out of a pile and nobody going to catch them. It's just one of those things with that formation. You're going to wear them down. And like you said, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Schenkel will kind of, he loves to run that sweep play, so you'll see him stretch to the outside a little bit. But as far as throwing the ball, we may not see that again tonight just because, Isaac Williams is kind of short-armed both of the ones that he's had, on the wide-open fake punt, and then they tried to go deep to Seth Jackson a little bit later, and he misfired too.
Yeah, and there's two sides of that, really, because you can either say, I don't really know if I have confidence in my guys to make these passes in this game because of the elements, or you can say, hey, I need them to get used to it. I need them to get comfortable. So maybe this first drive, you mix in every set of downs, you do a pass. That is rather unprecedented for the Coyotes, but maybe you do something like that just to try to get everyone comfortable. I know they're going by QB by committee, but just to kind of get the offense in some rhythm.
Yep, and we are getting ready to kick it off here in the third. 12 minutes go up on the clock, and we're going to play some second half football. Reed City on top of Grant 8-7. and Grant will kick it away. They'll go left to right, Reed City right to left. And the Coyotes have 3 men deep on the kick return. Landon Tomaski, Seth Jackson, and Noah Jones. The kicker for Grant is number 20, Gonzalo Magana.
Tomaski, Jones, and Jackson deep to receive the kick.
Here's the whistle, and here's the kick. Tomaski from about the 12. He fumbled it. He bobbled it. Goes back to about the 9 to get it. Now past the 15, 20. Sprints through the hole. Tomaski breaks a tackle. Breaks another one. He's past midfield, and he's got 1 man to beat. Gets past 1. 1 man to beat, and he beat him. He looks back at him. It's a touchdown for Landon Tomaski on the opening kickoff of the second half.
Well, it kind of blows up any game plan, huh?
Yeah. Tomaski, like we said at halftime, provides that spark. After the fumble, he initially dropped that kickoff, went back to get it, and then sprinted up the far side before cutting back and running into the end zone. That's a 90-plus yard kick return touchdown to open the second half for the Coyotes. And, man, talk about a momentum shift.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those plays that if you're Coach Garrity, you're like, well, didn't talk about that at halftime.
Xavier Allen's going to be the quarterback on this 2-point conversion attempt. Noah Jones lines up at wing, 2 backs in the backfield. Allen gives the handoff. Hansen reaching out, and he's into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good. And 20 seconds into the second half, Reed City on top 16-7 over the Grant Tigers.
Well, and one of the things that I kind of caught on to you talking about when you were down at Central Montcalm that I actually kind of mentioned in a game preview that I did for each of these games today is the 2-point conversion. The fact that when the Tigers score, they might want to think about going for it. You were talking about how that adds up. When Reed City's throwing up 4 or 5 touchdowns a game, that's 10 points.
Yep.
Just
that's a whole other touchdown. It's a whole other touchdown.
Yeah, so we'll have to see now that he's behind. Maybe Coach Garrity felt a little bit more comfortable just kicking it, all right, whatever at first. But now that he's down, we'll see if the Tigers kind of start pressing the issue going for 2.
Right, and that was just like, the Nuevo game here when the 2 teams were playing cat and mouse for the first half, and Nuevo was kicking extra points, and Reed City was going for 2. And, Nuevo was able to keep it close for a little bit by the end of the game when Reed City had scored, 10 touchdowns and hung 70 up there. 14 of those 70 points were just from 2-point conversions. Lofquist teeing it up for the kickoff, and he boots it away. It's a good kick. Bounces at 25. It's on the turf. The Grant return man goes to get it and makes something out of nothing. That's Brent Long. Long, the senior. And it'll be first down Grant just short of the 30. And let's see, JT, you mentioned that tempo with Grant late in that first half. Let's see if that carries over to the second half.
All right, let's get some numbers here so we know which way it's going.
Keelan is the quarterback. He motions a man across the formation, takes the snap, gives up the middle, making a couple of guys miss. That's number 26, Orion Evans, past the 30. Gain of about 4, and a good start for the Grant drive. 4, maybe 5 yards. Again, Grant doesn't huddle. They get all those play calls from the coach on the sideline while they're lined up. Keeps that Reed City defense on their toes. Motion man across the formation. There's the snap, and it's bobbled. Keelan has to go get it. He couldn't fall on it. That should be Coyote football, and it is.
Right there, 54. Is that 54 or 58?
That's Dylan Scheibel who fell on it.
Fumble on that play recovered by number 58, Dylan Scheibel.
And Reed City with all the momentum now. They've completely flipped the script on that disastrous first quarter start. And now it's the Coyotes playing in the short field. They lead by 9, and they're looking for more. It's first down and 10 from the Grant 27.
That's just another one of those keys that I talked about. You just can't give them the ball. the mistakes that the Coyotes made in the first quarter, you can't afford them that.
And here's the give to Peyton Hansen. Nothing doing there. That's that Grant defensive line. Tigers not straying too far from that strategy of just loading the box. It's been more of the same tonight. Tomaski will jog back on now, along with Noah Jones. Wergo comes off. 2nd down, 11, Reed City.
I think everyone in the 7th grade, which my grade is taller than him, except I think
Quickly to the line go the Coyotes. Seth Jackson's the wide out. 2 running backs and a wing. Williams gives. It's Jones. Tries to sprint through that hole, but again, there's just not much there. With how loaded that box is, Reed City just buying their time, running between the tackles. And that'll bring up 3rd down. And so now, JT, a 3rd down for Grant, a prime opportunity to get at least some of that momentum back here.
We'll see. I mean, so I just pulled up some of the stats from the Big Rapids game, and I was a little off. Keeling did end up throwing for them 18 times. But, I mean, Coyotes can really put this one to bed. Throwing might not make a difference.
Well, Williams is going to keep it himself here, looking for some running room, and he's just not going to get any. Good job by the Grant cornerback there, Trevor Lowry, to keep contained, keep Williams kind of boxed in and make a nice open field tackle. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 8. No doubt it's 4-down territory. Williams going to get the play call here. See if he can keep the drive alive for Reed City. Again, this would be another prime opportunity to test that single coverage. Wide receiver Seth Jackson, one of the better athletes in this conference. Why not give him a shot to go out and make a play?
Well, and historically, the timing of plays like that for Reed City has always been spot on. Like that fake punt earlier, that would have been golden. Right now, golden.
Well, here it is. Williams going to throw to Jackson. No, it's picked off. Williams throws a pick. And now up the sidelines goes Evans for Grant. He's past midfield.
It's because I said something.
Picked off by Orion Evans, and Grant now gets some of that momentum back and a chance to go make something happen off the turnover. The score stays 16-7, 8:35 to go in this 3rd quarter. Let's see what the Tigers can do. Keelan gives it away. Up the middle, nothing there. That Reed City defensive line playing so well tonight. Lowry, the ball carrier for Grant. No gain. 2nd down, 10. Grant operating from the Reed City 47-yard line after the interception. Coyotes in a 5 front. Grant operating with 2 fullbacks / tight ends, depending on where they line up here in that spread formation. Again, the fullback, a position that's kind of going by the wayside with football kind of evolving as a whole to that spread-oriented offense. They motion 44 across full rate. Now a give up the middle. It's Lowry, and he's got some running room. He's going to get past the chains. 1st down for Grant inside the 40. Down to about the 36-yard line. The Tigers move the chains.
Grant 1st down 10 at Reed City 36.
Dad, do these lights work?
See what Darren Garrity's got up his sleeve here. 1st down 10 from the 36-yard line. They go shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the left side. Keeling going to run it to the right. Looking for the edge. Not going to get it. That's good contain. That looks like Seth Jackson coming up from the safety position. And Alex Wergo as well coming up to make that play. 2nd down and 8. Grant trying to stay afloat in this one. It's Reed City 16, Grant 7. 16 unanswered from the Coyotes after Grant capitalized on an early Reed City turnover. Keeling out of the shotgun. One receiver to each side. Here's the snap. Gives it up the middle. Lowry. And nothing doing. That's where we go again. Alex Wergo doing a good job from his linebacker position to come up and make some tackles. And now Grant facing a 3rd and long from the 34-yard line.
That's what I read online. So it's got to be true.
Again, that 2 wide out look is what Grant's going to stick with here. A couple of tight ends. And the pistol formation. Keeling. Hard count. Did he get him to move? No. Nearly got the Coyotes to bite. Now he looks to the sideline for the play. And now a flag comes from that back judge, and that looks like it's going to be a delay of game against Grant. And that's another mistake that you just can't afford if you're coming from behind against a team like Reed City. You know, that delay of game, that's just, you know, that's another momentum killer.
Completely unnecessary, too.
Well, Grant will try it again, 5 yards further back.
It was 3rd down 8, 5-yard penalty, now it's 3rd down 12.
I'm just going with what they don't teach mathematics in Reed City.
3rd and long. Keeling out of the pistol. He's going to motion his tight end across from right to left. Now he's going to take the snap. 5-step drop.
Get to him.
Got to get away from a rusher. He's not going to, and down he goes.
9-34.
Might have got back to the line of scrimmage.
Tackled by 34, Joe Schuin.
And it looks like Joe Schuin, who made the tackle, might be a little shaken up.
He just got the wind knocked out of him.
He gets back up. He's going to stay in the game. It's 4th down and long. Under 5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. 16-7 Reed City, and a big 4th down for Grant. And if Reed City can get a stop here, it looks like they're going to. Here comes a line change for Grant, and this appears to be the punt team. Fourth down and long. Keeling, the quarterback, is also the punter. That adds an element. Snap to Keeling. He is going to punt it away. Not very far. It's a high punt. It's going to take a big Grant bounce. And Tomaski picks it up out to about the 20. Not much farther than that. And with 4:22 left in the third, Reed City will take over. First down. And now we're going to get a timeout. Looks like Reed City's going to take a timeout. Something they want to talk over. We'll take a 30-second break and let them do that. And when we come back, we'll have more Reed City football action. You're listening to News Radio WBRN 107.7.
At Reed City Feed, you get what you pay for. They're farmers too, ready to help you get the most out of your livestock feed. Only using fresh commodities produced by local, hardworking farmers and all natural feed concentrate ingredients. No harsh, less expensive product fillers. With Reed City Feed, you'll notice a difference in your livestock when your animals receive the right nutrition. The difference is value. The difference is community. The difference is Reed City Feed. Open Monday through Fridays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to noon.
Back to Reed City High School. We've got Reed City versus Grant. The Coyotes lead the Tigers 16-7. Christian Boer alongside JT Scarpelli. Just a reminder, this game is brought to you by Sonny's Sports Bar and Grill, West Upton in downtown Reed City. Visit Sonny's on Friday nights after every home game for half-off appetizers, and all domestic beers are just $2. Coyotes will take over first down and 10 from their own 23-yard line. Xavier Allen will be the quarterback on this drive. That wing T offense will go up against that front-loaded defense. I count 8 guys in the box for the Tigers, and Allen gives the handoff. That's Noah Jones.
Noah Jones, the ball carrier.
Do they have a 52 on their team?
2-yard gain. Gets out to the 25.
Yep. Tackled by 52, Caleb Thompson. Gain of 3, second down, 7.
I heard it on Rover's Morning Glory this morning. They were talking about it. So I had to
4 minutes to go, third quarter. Xavier Allen trots into the huddle with the play.
Chronological timeline of pictures
That's messed up.
Well, here you go. Allen under center. Reed City using a lot of this wing offense here. They go two backs in the backfield and a wing to the far side. Allen will turn and give it to Tomaski. He spins off one defender and then goes down. He's wrestled down at the line of scrimmage. And another third down.
Tackled by 45 Colin Millett.
Chance for Grant to maybe make a play defensively. And if you're Reed City, chance to twist the knife a little bit deeper. Get some of that momentum heading into the fourth quarter. 3:15 and counting in the third. Reed City holding a 9-point advantage. 16-7. And a third down and 8.
That's really cool. It's nice to see the alumni.
Coyotes break the huddle. Jackson wide to the right. T formation. Joe Schuen's the tight end to the near side. Allen under center. Takes the snap, gives to Tomaski. Coyotes run and sweep. He's got some room, spins around. The chain marker went down. It's going to be interesting to see where they spot him compared to where the first down marker is. The far side receiver has him short, or the far side referee, my bad, has him short of the first down. And there's going to be a holding penalty on the far side as well. So that's going to move him back regardless. Wait to see where they spot this ball. That'll back Reed City up inside their own 20-yard line. 2:46 to go, third quarter. Xavier Allen will trot into the huddle with the play. This game also brought to you by Johnson's Automotive Repair. Also always reliable, Johnson serves the community with honesty and integrity. Here we go, third down 12. Allen gets the snap. It's a counter. Noah Jones with some room to run. Slips a little bit and then runs into a defender. Tried to cut back against that Grant defense. Just tripped up ever so slightly. And that allowed a Grant Tiger defender to wrap him up and make the tackle. And that'll bring the punt team out there for the Coyotes and Blake Daggy. He wears number 2 and he's the punter. 23, Isaiah Powell, the return man for the Tigers.
I'm a Minnesota fan tomorrow. They need to clean that whole.
Daggy calls for the snap. The snap is low, it bounced, and Daggy can't handle it, and then he fumbled the football. And Grant's going to have the football at the 15-yard line. Daggy tried to regain control. It was a low snap, couldn't handle it, and then he got hit hard, and the ball popped right out.
Grant first down 10 at the Reed City 15.
That's just another example of the elements. And that Xavier Allen is the long snapper. He's the backup quarterback. Well, I shouldn't say backup. He's gotten as much run as the starter, Isaac Williams, tonight. Brendan Keeling is the quarterback for Grant, and they've got it 1st and 10 on the 15. Keeling, jet sweep, running far side is Brady Jacobs. And a decent carry for him. Let's see where they spot it. Around the 10-yard line. Looks like it's going to be a gain of 5, and Grant knocking on the door. After some more special teams trouble for Reed City. Second down 5. Keeling. Snap. Handoff. And still running is the running back, and it is a touchdown. That's Orion Evans.
10-yard touchdown run. 10-yard touchdown.
And now Grant has it within 3, pending extra point. And now, hindsight's always 20/20, but the decision to kick the extra point after the first Grant touchdown kind of looms large now. Reed City scores 2 touchdowns. They convert the 2-point conversion each time. This is Grant's second touchdown. They will once again elect to kick the extra point. Magana will set it up. Keeling is the holder. Snap, hold, kick is no good. And so the Tigers trail the Coyotes 16-13. Grant once again able to capitalize on a Reed City turnover. But because of the decision on that first touchdown to go with the point after instead of the 2-point conversion, instead of having a square deal, potentially it's now 16-13 Reed City.
I mean, I think you got to go for that.
Yeah.
Especially if it's not a sure thing that you can kick a field goal in a game like this, go for it.
Yeah, and especially, when you go against a team that goes for 2 every time like Reed City does, if you go for 2 there and you don't get it, it's 16-12. But if you go there and you do get it, and you get it to 16-15, that 1 point is super important because now if they score but don't get the 2, it becomes a 7-point game, and then you can kick your extra point. So
the math is there.
Absolutely. I did do well in math in high school. Here we go. Magana kicks it away, and it's a nice kick. Seth Jackson's got it just past the 10. He's past the 20, coming out near the 30. He passes the 30, makes a man miss, and then goes down. They'll spot him nope, they're going to give him the 35. And with 53 seconds to go in this third quarter, Reed City will take over from the 35, a first down and 10. And these are the situations that this Reed City program loves to be in. You're up 3, late third. You can go down in that wing T offense and get a long drive and take a bunch of this clock, whittle it down. And so let's see if the Coyotes are able to accomplish that mission. They go wing T, 1 receiver. And Williams gives it to Noah Jones. Runs over his own lineman, and now he's in the clear. Jones with 1 man to beat, and he's going to beat him easily. How about that? Noah Jones goes 65 yards on the first play of the drive to get Reed City back out in front. It's 22-13, Coyotes on top.
That's what's so deflating about this Reed City offense is it's just pound, 4 yards, 2 yards, 1 yard, and then all of a sudden, boom. You rip off a huge play. So all that work the defense feels like they're doing is just gone.
Right. And Grant goes down, they score, and then on the very next play from scrimmage, Reed City punches it in from 65 yards out. Absolutely deflating if you're a Grant Tigers fan. But here we go. 2-point conversion attempt coming from Reed City. Williams, T formation. Snap. Fakes the handoff. He's going to roll out to the left and throw. If he can get rid of it, he does, and it is picked off. It's not going to matter. Play's blown dead as a 2-point conversion, but now it's 22-13. Reed City with a 9-point lead. And again, going back to that 2-point conversion, that last point after touchdown there, you convert the 2, it's still a 1-score game. Instead, Grant playing from down 2 scores here, 41 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, this game is exactly where the Coyotes want it to be because their next possession, if they score, it's a bonus. Mm-hmm. Their next possession is just about controlling the clock in the fourth quarter. They're exceptional at doing it. So now Grant's going to have to work pretty quick here to try to get on the board. Down 2 scores. Really not that much time left.
Right.
A quarter is not that much time in Reed City.
Especially when you've got quarterbacks that are aware of the play clock and can run 39 seconds off of that 40-second play clock every single snap. And, as disciplined as the Coyotes are, it's going to be tough sledding for Grant with this much time left. Here's the kickoff from Lofquist. That gets in between the return men. It's going to be a tough play. Evans has it past the 30 and brought down short of the 35. So here comes that Grant offense. They scored last drive on that short field after the fumble. Special teams fumble there on Reed City. Their third special teams miscue of the night. Second fumble and then the failed fake punt. But regardless, the Coyotes have a 9-point lead with 35 seconds to go in the third. Keeling's the quarterback. Shotgun set for the Tigers. Keeling calls for the snap, gets it. Gets into his drop, turns, throws, far sideline, got a man, and it is. Boy, if he stayed in bounds, that's an awesome. They're going to call him out of bounds. That was a phenomenal catch by Brady Jacobs if he could have stayed in bounds. A diving grab, and they're going to say he was out of bounds.
Receiver was out of bounds.
But a good effort nonetheless.
Second down, 10.
Might have landed on the football too, maybe knocked the wind out of himself. He's going to. Looks like Brady Jacobs is going to remain on that Grant sideline. It's a good throw. Tight coverage on the outside by Tomaski. Jacobs was able to beat him. And the throw had to be on the money, and it was. Just a little too far to the outside. Second down, 10. Snap. Keelan wanted to throw screen. There was a flag down. It's going to be against the Tigers.
Just can't do that. Can't afford to do that right now if you're Grant.
It is indeed a false start. Moving back 5. And it'll be second down and 15.
Second down, 15.
And to beat a team as deep and as talented as this Reed City Coyote squad, you got to be on the money. You got to be disciplined. You got to bring the A game. And so far, it's been a solid performance from Grant, but at the same time, too many penalties, too many 5-yard penalties, and then plays like the last one that was incomplete. You got to hit on those. Here's a jet sweep coming to the near side. Cuts under a defender. A nice piece of running there. That's 23, Isaiah Powell.
Isaiah Powell, the ball carrier. He was tackled by Alex.
Out to about the 40-yard line. Wergo again on a tackle. He's doing a nice job defensively for these Coyotes. This clock's going to run to the end of the third quarter. And we go to the fourth. When we come back, Grant's going to have a third down and 5 from their own 40. Reed City clinging to a 9-point lead and looking to get a stop. When we come back, we've got the fourth quarter for you here on News Radio WBRN. You're listening to Reed City Coyote High School Football.
Go the extra mile with Bader & Sons Company and the unstoppable John Deere Gator XUV 835. When other utility vehicles take a rain check, we help you take the wheel and enjoy the thrill of the ride. With factory-installed 3-wide seating, heating, and AC, the XUV 835 is our coolest, most comfortable Gator yet. Isn't it time you took a John Deere Gator for a test drive? To learn more, go to greentractors.com. From Southeast Michigan to the bridge, let the experts at Bader & Sons Company show you why we are outstanding in our field.
Inside hand up 6.
Well, we open the fourth quarter. Grant third down at 5, and the handoff goes to Lowry, and there is nothing doing on that play. And so now it becomes decision time for the Tigers. Looks like the offense is going to stay. It's fourth down. Oh, now here comes the punt team. Wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Garrity kind of dig into the bag of tricks here on this fourth down.
Yeah, this is a surprising move. I mean, you got to kind of leave it all out on the field at this point.
There's the punt. Tomaski going to let it bounce, and it takes a Reed City bounce out near the 40. It's going to stop short of the 40, but past the 35 to about the 37-yard line. And a first down, Reed City, with 11:06 to go. Coyotes by 9. And a chance here for Scott Schenkel and company to really bleed this clock and try to get the team to 6-0.
I mean, this is exactly his game plan here.
Mm-hmm.
Punting that ball away like that for Coach Garrity, it's a catch-22, right? I mean, it's not like you had a 4th and inches, but, I mean, now you could go down. This game could end here on this drive.
Allen, they start with a counter play. And it's Tomaski. Gain of about a yard. Second down. Clock under 11 minutes. Fourth quarter, 22-13 Reed City. Xavier Allen has had some success putting the ball in the air. I don't necessarily think they do that here, but a little bit of an added element here. They go wing now. Noah Jones is that wing. He lines up. Oh, he's going to line up right next to the tight end. 2 backs in the backfield. Allen's the quarterback. He's under center. Going to take the snap. Here comes a sweep. Tomaski running to the near side. Good block from Jones. No, they're going to get a hold on Jones.
24. 6 and 24.
Ball came out.
Did the ball come out? Looks like they're going to say he's down. But it appears like they're going to have a hold on Noah Jones. And it looks to me, JT, like Noah just wasn't able to get his whole body, his whole hips around in front of that defender. And when you extend your arms like that, that's going to be a hold every time.
Yeah, there's a couple keys officials usually look for at the high school level in particular. And the extension is definitely one. The most obvious is if you're outside the, on the shoulder pads or something like that.
Well, it's a 10-yard penalty from where the penalty occurred. They'll move them inside their own 30. Second down. And about 19.
Second down, 18.
Here's Allen into the huddle. Sophomore quarterback. He and Isaac Williams have rotated drives. Hanson, Wargo, and Noah Jones are the running backs. And the give goes up the middle. And it's Alex Wargo. He's going to be close to the first down. He's going to have it. A physical piece of running there from Alex Wargo to move the ball out to midfield. A heck of a run on second down and 18.
That was Marshawn Lynch right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that was just beast mode, truck stick. Wow.
Absolutely.
Strength.
Big run there from Alex Wargo. It's going down as a 21-yarder in the stat sheet, but in terms of giving his team a new set of downs this late in the game, you pair that with how well they're able to manage the clock, and that's a huge play on second down and long for the Coyotes.
There was one game when he was a freshman sophomore, he was running like that, making tackles.
Xavier Allen is under center. He's got his wide receiver wide to the left. Hard count. Guys on both sides moved. Let's see who initiated it. And it appears as if it's going to be against Reed City.
5-yard penalty.
That'll move the Coyotes back 5.
Just give us one extra play. Eat some time.
That's the last thing we needed.
How many cards did you sell this week? 8.
First down and 15.
I took a bath last night in $100 bills.
3 running backs. Allen, they go counter. It's Noah Jones. Slips off one tackler and then runs into another one.
44 and Jones is off here. 44 is it 44 45.
Nice physical play there by Colin Millett. Make that tackle. It's 5-yard gain. Second down 10. We're under 9 minutes to play in this one.
Yeah, I sold 5 cars on Tuesday.
And Allen jogs onto the field now.
It was awesome.
Second down and 10.
For trades parked outside this other couple teams.
Hanson and Wargo are the running backs. They line Noah Jones up on the wing next to the tight end. Give goes up the middle. Hanson, short gain. Gets past midfield. It's about the 48-yard line. Third down and about 8 yards to go.
57-67.
Tackle by Gage Skoltons. Reed City, third down, 8.
Can't imagine Reed City running anything crazy here. Just a sweep or a off-tackle dive or something simple. It's definitely 4-down territory.
I mean, even if you have to punt, look how much time you melted away.
Uh-huh. Against that Grant offense, which outside of when they've had a short field to work with, really hasn't done much.
They might get it down to 6.5, too, before the end of the drive.
Give is to Jones. Coming to the near side, slips one tackle, and then goes down.
45 and 5.
He's going to be short of the first down, but not by much. It's definitely 4-down territory for Reed City. Not just because of field position, but just because of how much the punt team has struggled today.
Yeah, I think if they can convert this, it looks like they will punt it.
Yeah, Xavier Allen is going to move the long snapper here.
You snap it to like.
Daggy back to punt, but I wouldn't be surprised to see some trickery here. Snap is high. Daggy's got to go back to get it. Gets rid of it. It's not a great punt, but it's going to take a pretty good bounce and get down at about the 26-yard line. So a short punt, but regardless, you give Grant nearly 5 minutes less to work with. Tigers take over on their own 27-yard line, trailing by 9. Brendan Keeling is the quarterback, and he's done quite a bit with his legs. Hasn't had to do too much with his arm, but that might change here. Reed City looks to be a little mixed up in the secondary. The Tigers go 3-by-1. Keeling, back to throw. Looking, short, and it's incomplete. There's a flag down near where the pass was thrown.
I don't think he did anything. I think the kid.
Let's see what this flag is about.
Pick it up.
Looks like the officials are talking it over. They're going to get pass interference against Reed City.
That's a tough call.
Yeah, I mean, it was a short pass route, about 5 yards, and I just frankly didn't see a whole lot of contact.
No, especially as the ball was kind of in the vicinity of the receiver.
Right.
I didn't see much. It looked like the Tiger receiver, he fell down on his own accord more than anything else. Unless Virgo has some go-go gadget arms to push him.
They go jet sweep on first down, and not much running. Oh, now staying on his feet, and out into the clear is Brett Long. And Brett Long hits the cutback. He's got to outrun Tomaski. He's not going to. Tomaski jumps on his back, but still Long.
Wow.
Past the 20. Wow. He looked like he was caged in on the far sideline. Instead, he cuts all the way across the field. Doesn't necessarily have the stamina to outrun Tomaski, but that's a huge play.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they need. They need the big chunk plays here to get back in this game. Now they still, no matter what, they got to give it back to the Coyotes. So,
well, here we go. Under 7 minutes to go. Out of the gun. Keeling. Snap. Give up the middle. Evans. Spinning around. Man, has he ran hard tonight. Orion Evans doing a good job. Kind of lighting the fire of that rushing attack. Might have got a yard on that one. Not much. Second down. For Grant inside the 20.
Crowd noises.
Dylan Shiva's grandfather.
Garrity calling signals to his offense. Motions a man across formation. And the ball's on the turf. Looks like it's going to stay with Grant. Regardless, they're going to lose yards, and now you're looking at third down and long. And now we're going to get a timeout, and Grant took it. We're going to keep it right here. Grant calls a timeout, and against a team like Reed City, where clock management is ever so valuable, you better make the best out of this timeout.
Yeah, you got to score right here. You give it back to the Coyotes. You can probably rest assured they'll take the game down to 2 minutes, within 2 minutes. But that's if you score right here.
Right, and you gotta take a look at that. You know, you got a 40-second play clock. 3 times 40, 120. That's 2 minutes on 3 plays that you can take off the clock if you're Reed City. So you got to do that math, and you just kind of got to play with that in the back of your mind if you're the Grant coaching staff, is you're technically playing at like 3:45 right now.
Yeah, and I'd say, too, the Coyotes are, I mean, just off the top of my head, probably averaging 7-8 plays at least per drive. And that's time that's adding up here. Like you said, you do the math. You don't have to be a math major to find out it's not really in the Tigers' favor.
Well, here we go. 3rd down. Keeling out of the shotgun. Snap. Gives to Evans. Wergo, rather, was the first to get to him.
Ryan Evans, the ball carrier.
Inside the 15. And it's going to be 4th and 7 for Grant. Here you go.
It's kind of funny with 5.5 to go in the game. You don't usually say this is the ball game, but this is the ball game.
Here we go. Shotgun. You hear the rumbling of the stands from this Reed City crowd. They go jet sweep. Cutting underneath it. A nice run from Brady Jacobs, and looks like he's gonna have the first down. They're gonna move the chains, and yep, it's 1st down and goal. 5:04 to go, and a huge conversion there for the Tigers. 22-13. Reed City on top. We're under 5 minutes to play, and it's 1st and goal. Grant from the 5.
Well, this is still in Coach Schenkel's favor, though. I mean, you've melted off a minute on that from that 3rd and 11.
Keeling's going to keep it himself. Looking for the end zone. Did he get
Got
in?
it.
Touchdown, Grant, with 4:34 to play in this ball game, and Grant's got it down. It's 22-19 Reed City. Do you kick the extra point or do you go for 2? I say go for 2. I mean, you're not gonna, it doesn't matter whether you go for 1 or 2, I guess, but in terms of thinking ahead, if Reed City were to break a run, they're going to kick the extra point, so we'll keep the hypotheticals for next time, but extra point is through, and it's 22-20. Extra point through, 22-20 Reed City. On top of Grant, we got a good one, 4:34 to go in this ball game. Now, JT, in this situation, if you're Grant, 2 timeouts, 4:34 to go. Do you give the onside kick a try here?
Boy, what do you got to lose?
Yeah.
Essentially, because either Reed City can kill 4.5 minutes in a drive, which they're fully capable of doing, or they score.
Right.
Either way, game over. So you got to do everything you can right now to keep the possession with yourself.
Well, let's see. They line it up right down the middle. Magana is the kicker. There's 2 guys flanking him. Trevor Lowry and Isaiah Powell. 4 guys lined up on each side of the kickoff. And it's going to be Lowry who kicks it, and it's not going to go 10 yards. He onside kicked it. It didn't go 10. It went 5. And Reed City recovers on the Grant 45-yard line. 4:34 to play. Isaac Williams is going to be the quarterback. A couple of first downs will do the trick for Reed City. Grant is going to load the box and force the Coyotes to beat him on the edge. From the 46, Reed City's got it. 1st down and 10. They go wing T backfield. Seth Jackson lined up all by himself to the left. Grant puts 9 guys in the box. It's a counter on 1st down. And Tomaski, no gain. Maybe a yard to the 45. Clock's going to run under 4 minutes. Tomaski comes off. 2nd down. 3:57 and counting left in this football game. Reed City clinging to a 2-point lead. They've got the football. Williams takes the snap. He gives to Hansen. They run sweep to the far side. Hansen with some running room. Cuts back under a blocker. He's got the 1st down and more. Did he stay in bounds? He's down inside the 20-yard line. They're going to stop the clock. 3:38 to go, but a huge run there for Peyton Hansen and the Reed City Coyote offense. They're into the red zone. First down, Reed City, 3:38 to go. Big time play there for Peyton Hansen, the senior on senior night. Just over 3.5 to go. 2-point game. Reed City clinging to that 2-point lead, but they're in the red zone. Clock will start on the snap. Williams takes it, gives it up the middle. One man to beat. Is that Alex Wergo? Yes, it is. Nice run by Wergo. He's done a nice job tonight running the football. He gets 9 there. But now if you're Grant and you were to allow a touchdown, you're not out of this football game, assuming you can stop the 2-point conversion. 3:06 and counting. It's 22-20. Reed City can all but put this thing away with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Williams under center. T formation. Seth Jackson all by himself. Williams will take the snap and give it. It's Tomaski, and he is going to bulldoze his way. Did he get in? No, we're going to mark him down at the 1. Down to the 1 goes Landon Tomaski. 2:41 to go. The clock will stop while they set the chains. First and goal from the 1.
It's actually probably more ideal, to be honest.
If you're Reed City, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can take some more time off that clock.
You'll score the touchdown.
Absolutely. I mean, from the 1-yard line, if you can't get 1 yard, you got problems. Let's see what Reed City's got on first down. Grant hasn't used either of their 2 timeouts. Tomaski, Wergo, and Jones are the 3 running backs. Williams is the quarterback. Here's the snap. The give is to Tomaski, and he dives over the pile into the end zone with 2:09 to go. And now here you go. You got to get the 2. You get the 2 to go up 10 with 2:09 to go.
It's over.
Let's kick for the first time in 12 years.
28-20, 2:09 to go, and we will await the 2-point conversion attempt. Huge play for the Grant defense here. Reed City looking to get to 6-0 and finish off an undefeated regular season. Seth Jackson all by himself to the left. Williams gives to Maskey. Did he get in? No, he did not. And it's 28-20 with 2:09 to go. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion will tie this game for Grant. And they'll send their kick return unit out.
Dad, is there overtime?
2 timeouts. Here comes that Reed City kickoff team. Well, after not playing a 1-score game all year long, here you go, Reed City. Trying to get to 6-0 the hard way.
And I do want to say I apologize to anyone trying to watch the Facebook live feed. Everything's working on this end, so I would say moving forward for the playoffs here, we're probably going to have to move platforms over to YouTube because Facebook's just not working.
Here's the kick from Lofquist. Got to spin. It's going to bounce and hit a Tiger return man. Now he's over. He fumbled the ball. Looked like he kept it. Almost over before Grant was able to get their offense back on the field. But Isaiah Powell was able to get back on his fumble. And so now with 2:04 to go, Grant sends that offense back onto the field. Keeling, the quarterback. He's done some work with his legs tonight. Hasn't had to do a whole lot through the air. Reed City look like they might be in man coverage here. Keeling takes the snap. He's back to throw. Looking to his right, throwing. And it's popped up in the air, and Seth Jackson's got it. He picked it off. He's running down the far sideline. He may take this to the end zone, and he will. It's a pick six from Seth Jackson that might all but put this thing away on the first offensive play of Grant's drive.
That's just closing the door right there. I mean, that's stomping on the jugular for the Coyotes. That's how you do it. That's how you close out a game like this.
Still 1:51 to play, but a game-breaking pick six from Seth Jackson. He's been quiet tonight. You've heard his name a lot in the past couple of games. Had a really good game against Fremont, scored a touchdown, had a couple of big catches. Against Central Montcalm, he had a couple of interceptions, and now here he is sealing the deal with a pick six. Reed City will go for two, and Xavier Allen's the quarterback. Give up the middle, and the two-point conversion is good. It's 36-20 with 1:51 to go. And now Grant's offense has the back pressed a little bit closer to the wall there. Still time left. But now you're down 2 scores instead of 1. The rain looks like it's falling down there, out there on the field. And now if you're in that Reed City secondary, be prepared for another play like that because you know Grant's got to go back to the air and they've got to go quick.
We got Coach Pedigo in the house for Big Rapids. Doing some scouting. The math kind of shapes up that Big Rapids will either play Grant, Tri-County, or most likely Newaygo.
Reed City, on the other hand, is likely going to host throughout.
Yeah, and they'll probably open up against Sheboygan, who apparently is awful.
Oh, we're going to have an offsides here on the kickoff.
Just too hyped up.
Noah Jones took off sprinting down the near sideline and then tried to dive back when he realized that the kick hadn't been, kicked yet. And it's going to move him back 5. It's not like baseball, JT. You can't dive back in if you get picked off.
No. It's all right, though. They got this one.
Well, Lofquist will tee it up from 5 yards further back. He'll kick it from the 35 now.
Get it past the second row and put it on the ground. Now don't jump.
There's the whistle. Lofquist kicks it away. Lowry takes it from just inside the 20, gets out past the 30, and goes down right about there. 1:45 to play in this one, and out comes Grant's offense. Looks like Reed City's going to go with an extra defensive back here. 4-man front. 2 linebackers, 5 defensive backs.
Those things they freak me out. What's that? Snakes. His dad breeds snakes.
You go out of the gun. First down at 10. Here's the snap. Pump fake. Now turning, throwing down deep down the left side. This one's underthrown big time. Tomaski almost picked it off with one hand. It hits the grass. Incomplete, second down, but Landon Tomaski had that one tracked perfectly. If he would have snagged that one, that probably would have been another 6 for Reed City. Still 2 timeouts for Grant. 1:38 to play. Keeleen out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. 5-step drop. Throwing now down the right side. And this one is picked off again. It's Seth Jackson again. The sophomore, the closer. Seth Jackson with a couple of interceptions here in the last 30 seconds of game time. And with $1:29 to play in this one, Reed City will take over. 89 seconds away from getting to 6-0 and finishing another regular season unbeaten.
What can you say? It's just a well-oiled machine at this point. This is kind of a signature Reed City win here where it's just relentless.
For sure.
No matter what, even when the momentum seems like it swings away from them, doesn't matter. They're relentless. They keep pounding you right in the face until they take the lead.
Williams gives up the middle. Wergo just not going down. Another physical run from Alex Wergo. On first down, he gets 6 yards.
Oh, wow, just got a final from Chip Hills Tri-County. Chip wins 19-16. So that will put a stake in Tri-County's seed quest. They will have to most likely go on the road now.
Well, final minute, and Isaac Williams is going to get the Coyotes in victory formation. Looks like Grant's going to go home with their 2 timeouts. Snap down to an goes Williams. He'll have to do that one more time, depending on when they start the play clock.
I will say the grandkids have been pretty good sports helping us up. You know, like right now. Yeah.
Under a half minute.
I like to see that.
And
We're playing hard.
looks like the teams are just shaking hands now. Yep, the 2 teams are going to clear the field now, and Reed City has finished off the regular season unbeaten. They moved to 6-0. It wasn't easy, but they got it done. 36-20. Reed City defeats Grant. We're going to send it back to the studio, and when we come back, we will have the post-game report. You're listening to Reed City Coyote football on News Radio WBRN.
Go the extra mile with Bader & Sons Company and the unstoppable John Deere Gator XUV 835. When other utility vehicles take a rain check, we help you take the wheel and enjoy the thrill of the ride. With factory-installed 3-wide seating, heating, and AC, the XUV 835 is our coolest, most comfortable Gator yet. Isn't it time you took a John Deere Gator for a test drive? To learn more, go to greentractors.com. From Southeast Michigan to the bridge, let the experts at Bader & Sons Company show you why we are outstanding in our field.
Your car's transmission. It can be your best friend or your worst nightmare. One day you're cruising along without a care in the world. The next day your car is about as mobile as a big old hog on a hot summer day. Thankfully, the Napa certified techs at Paris Auto Sales and Service of Big Rapids specialize in fixing and rebuilding transmissions. They'll make sure your car runs so smooth you'd think it was a pickup line from Patrick Swayze. Paris Auto Sales and Service of Big Rapids, Northland Drive, just north of the airport. Schedule your appointment online at parisautosales.br.net.
Hi, this is Tiffany.
And this is Jesse. We're from Sonny's Bar and Grill.
Visit Sonny's for our Friday night fish fry. North Atlantic cod lightly battered for just $12.95 from 5 till 9.
On Friday nights, after every home football game, Sonny's has half-off appetizers and all domestic beers are just $2.
Come in on Wednesdays and Saturdays for our delicious 12-ounce ribeye steak with 2 sides for $16.95.
Sonny's Bar and Grill, 122 West Upton, downtown Reed City. We support Reed City football. Let's go Coyotes.
They say
36-20, Coyotes over the Grant Tigers. I'm Christian Bourne. Alongside me, JT Scarpelli. JT, that second half, the Coyotes, they got it done.
Like I said earlier, that it's a signature win for the Coyotes because they they just don't stop. They're relentless. You can tell that Coach Schenkel, much like Coach Price before him, just has these kids never believing that they're going to lose. They never look, shook out there or anything, or you don't see too many guys shaking their heads with their helmets dragging or something like that. They just take care of business, and they just stayed in Grant's face all night long, and eventually stuff starts shaking loose. And the Tigers made way too many mistakes in a game to beat a team like the Coyotes. You mentioned, I think it was back in the third quarter, talking a little bit about that. Penalties, it's already hard enough. It is hard enough to beat a team like Reed City. And when you shoot yourself in the foot repeatedly with, penalties, it's not like you have pass interference penalties or something like that where maybe you're just caught out of position or something like that. It's false start, ineligible receiver. Well, I think that was on Reed City, but a lot of false start penalties on the Tigers, just totally unnecessary stuff. Now, what you can say is they had 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
Their day one out of quarantine, they had to go to Top Tiger Field. So I think this is a very good team. I think that the fact that they only lost by 16 with all those mistakes, and they were able to force a lot of mistakes by Reed City all night long, shows that this is a pretty good team. I think that they could be fairly potent in the playoffs when you get there. But it's just going to be, can Coach Garrity kind of tighten things up, in practice in the next week to avoid some of these mistakes. But Grant's a good team, and this is a solid win for the Coyotes. I think that the final score doesn't really tell the story. They had some extra scoring there. I wouldn't say it's in garbage time. I'd say it was in spotlight time for the Coyotes, making some big interceptions, defensive plays. But also, really the drive of the game was that final offensive drive that they had. All they had to do was kill the clock. But instead, they went down and scored more points, put the game away.
And with that said, and then, you have to turn it around and go on defense. And I think that's where kind of Grant's loose ends kind of got exposed because they had to go to the air and they throw back-to-back interceptions. So, again, Reed City's defense does the job when they need them to. But like you said, things kind of got turned on their head. They couldn't really punt the ball because they couldn't get the snap, could Reed City. And so, you commit a couple of turnovers and give Grant some short fields, and Grant capitalizes to their credit. So, it was a battle through and through, and Reed City certainly faced some adversity there, especially early on, but they were able to turn this thing around. In terms of players that really stood out, you had that four-headed monster even with Hansen and Noah Jones and Tomaski and Alex Wergo, and then, all those guys just killing the clock and running it down, and then defensively at the end of that game, and Seth Jackson with a couple interceptions, including the game breaker there in that pick six. Just a reminder that you've been listening to 107.7 WBRN. I've been Christian Boer. Alongside me, JT Scarpelli and Steve Gove back in the studio as our board op. Our News Radio WBRN weather update for the drive home. It's currently 37 degrees. It's cloudy. You might run into some rain on your drive home. And one more reminder that our sponsors, tonight's game sponsor, Paris Auto Sales and Service, Northland Drive, just north of the airport in Big Rapids. And also Reed City Feed and Supply, Bader & Sons Company at greentractors.com, Sunny Sports Bar and Grill, and Johnson's Automotive Repair. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in, and if you're listening to us on the road, please drive home safely. Once again, our final from Reed City High School, Reed City 36 and Grant 20. For Christian Boer and JT Scarpelli, we say thanks for listening, and so long.
Go the extra mile with Bader & Sons Company and the unstoppable John Deere Gator XUV 835. When other utility vehicles take a rain check, we help you take the wheel and enjoy the thrill of the ride. With factory-installed 3-wide seating, heating, and AC, the XUV 835 is our coolest, most comfortable Gator yet. Isn't it time you took a John Deere Gator for a test drive? To learn more, go to greentractors.com. From Southeast Michigan to the bridge, let the experts at Bader & Sons Company show you why we are outstanding in our field.
Your car's transmission. It can be your best friend or your worst nightmare. One day you're cruising along without a care in the world. The next day your car is about as mobile as a big ol' hog on a hot summer day. Thankfully, the Napa certified techs at Paris Auto Sales and Service of Big Rapids specialize in fixing and rebuilding transmissions. They'll make sure your car runs so smooth you'd think it was a pickup line from Patrick Swayze. Paris Auto Sales and Service of Big Rapids, Northland Drive, just north of the airport. Schedule your appointment online at parisautosales.br.net.
Hi, this is Tiffany.
And this is Jesse. We're from Sonny's Bar and Grill.
Visit Sonny's for our Friday night fish fry. North Atlantic cod lightly battered for just $12.95 from 5 till 9.
On Friday nights, after every home football game, Sonny's has half and all domestic beers are just $2.
Come in on Wednesdays and Saturdays for our delicious 12-ounce ribeye steak with 2 sides for $16.95.
Sonny's Bar and Grill, 122 West Upton, downtown Reed City. We support Reed City football. Let's go Coyotes.
They say lightning doesn't strike twice, but they were wrong.
I can't believe my car's struck by lightning twice. Now it doesn't start again.
Thankfully, the Napa certified techs at Johnson's Automotive in Big Rapids can fix electrical systems and starters, so our hero can get back on the road quickly.
Wow, it's almost like a total recall. Thankfully, I don't have to be a running man anymore.
Johnson's Automotive, fixing all foreign and domestic vehicles. Northland Drive, just south of the airport, Big Rapids.
At Reed City Feed, you get what you pay for. They're farmers too, ready to help you get the most out of your livestock feed. Only using fresh commodities produced by local, hardworking farmers and all natural feed concentrate ingredients. No harsh, less expensive product fillers. With Reed City Feed, you'll notice a difference in your livestock when your animals receive the right nutrition. The difference is value. The difference is community. The difference is Reed City Feed. Open Monday through Fridays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to noon.